Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it follows Sonic and Tails teaming up to find the Master Emerald before Dr. Robotnik and Knuckles. And also you just so before I go into this review, I just wanted to say, a little recap of what I think about the first movie. You guys might remember my review for um, the first Sonic movie. I strongly disliked. I don't hate the movie, but I strongly disliked the movie. Let's just put it like that. So basically that's my review. That's my review summed up in one sentence. I strongly disliked the movie, the first movie. I really did. I talked about what I don't like. I didn't like it. I thought like Jim Carrey was just, listen. This is coming from a guy who hasn't played any Sonic video games. I mean, I played the very first Sonic the Hedgehog video game, the classic one. You all know what I'm talking about. You all know the game I'm talking about, but that's it. I played the first video game. I haven't seen like any cartoons or TV shows, Sonic with Sonic the Hedgehog. I haven't seen any Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon TV shows. I only played the very first game. I know there's like Sonic X, Sonic Boom, but yeah, I haven't seen those. I haven't seen those properties. All of that. So mine. I know. I haven't been living under. I haven't been living under a rock. I know who Sonic the Hedgehog is. I know some. I know the names. Sonic the Hedgehog. Obviously, Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles, Amy, Tails, Rouge the Bat, Silver Shadow, Dr. Robotnik. I know if he gets all the crystals. I know if Sonic gets all the crystals, he becomes a Super Saiyan. Basically, it's kind of like Dragon Ball. You get like, so it's kind of like Dragon Balls. Like if Sonic gets all of the emeralds, the little crystals, he becomes Super Sonic, or like it's kind of, there are some similarities between those two. But yeah, I just, I know the names, but I don't know like the origins. I don't know the backstory. I'm not a lore. I don't know anything about the mythology of Sonic. I don't know the lore. I have a friend of mine, a coworker. I have two friends of mine. Both of them are huge Sonic the Hedgehog fans. I have one of my coworkers. Um, she hasn't played any like video Sonic the Hedgehog video games, or I haven't asked her about the cartoons, if she's seen the cartoons, but she does, she told me that she read a lot about Sonic the Hedgehog and like all of that. So she is a fan, but like for me, I'm not I'm not a fan. This is coming from a guy who's just watching a movie and for me, I'm the only person who didn't like the movie. I feel like it. But that's my honest opinion. I'm not going to lie to you. That's my honest opinion. I really didn't like the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And I felt like, and people really loved Jim Carrey's portrayal of Dr. Robotnik. And I love Jim Carrey, but it's like every role, every character he plays, he's acting the same. It's like the same. To me, I feel like Jim Carrey isn't playing Dr. Robotnik. I felt like Carrey was just being Jim Carrey. Yeah, I didn't really like the cartoonish and the over the top performances and all that. So that, yeah, it's one of the reasons why I really didn't like the first movie. And so I rewatched the movie again. So yeah, I only saw the movie for only once, in theaters back in, what was it, 2020? Um, but yeah, I saw the movie once and then I rewatched the film. I rewatched the film, and you know what? I actually liked the movie. I know. I actually liked, well, let's not take it too far. it's kind of like my opinion. It's kind of like what. It's kind of like Eternals. Like the very first time, like the first, like I saw Eternals once, in theaters, and then I posted my review of it. Really didn't like that movie. I really didn't like the movie, and I agree with the critics saying that it is the lowest, that this movie is the lowest. But then the movie was available on Disney Plus, and then I rewatched it because I had nothing better to do during the time, and I actually like is not the word I would use. I appreciate it. Let's go with that. I appreciated the movie Eternals a lot more than I initially did because I had a. It's not a, it's not big enough for me. It's not big enough for me to say that I love the movie, but it's kind of like yeah. So it's kind of like over here with Sonic. Like I appreciated the movie a lot more than I initially did because the first time I saw it, which was just one time in theaters, I really didn't like the movie. And then I posted my review, and then I rewatched the movie, and I actually liked it a little bit more. So, what did I think about Sonic the Hedgehog 2? You know, I loved Idris Elba's voice. First of all, Idris Elba, I love this man. I love him as an actor. I love him as an actor, and I love him as a human being, as a man, all right, on this, walking around on this planet. This man is incredible. Idris Elba is amazing, all right? And when I heard that, and when they announced that Idris Elba, will be voicing Knuckles the Echidna, I was like, oh shit. Oh hell yeah. I was like, oh hell yeah. I love this man. I love Idris Elba. And he did an incredible job voicing Knuckles. Um, Now, I've seen this. Now, let's talk about the writing because that's my issue. That's the one issue. That's a, I have a major issue, like a ginormous issue with the writing, like kind of the writing for the film. It's predictable. I've seen this before. Some of the dialogues and some of the dialogues and the moments in this film, I felt like it was predictable. Like I felt like I was writing this movie. Like I actually felt like I was writing the dialogue of this film. Some of the writing is predictable, and mo- the dialogue and some of the moments, I was like, this is gonna happen. I feel like this is gonna happen, and it's exactly played out. It played out exactly how I was thinking, what I was thinking. So yeah, and also another issue I had was like the pacing. I felt like the pacing, yeah, definitely in the first part of the movie, I felt like the pacing was a little bit slow, trying to progress further and further into the story. I felt like there were like two scenes, all right? There were two scenes in this movie that I felt like did not belong in there. They just added it, and I felt like they just added it because they wanted to fill in the time, because they wanted to fill in the one time, and because I just trying to fill in the gap, and I just felt like it didn't need to be there. It's not necessary. So yeah, that's another issue I have with this film. And also, like, I want this movie to be focused on Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, Knuckles, Dr. Robotnik. I don't give a shit about James Marsden and all the other human characters in this film. I love James Marsden. I love this man. I love him as an actor. I love James Marsden, but I didn't care about this wedding that he was attending. I don't give a shit. It had nothing. It didn't improve. It didn't benefit. It didn't improve the plot. It didn't. It had nothing to do with the plot of the story. It didn't there were, I mean, I guess you could argue there were a couple benefits from the weddings, the human characters at the weddings, but I want the movie to be focused on Sonic rather than these human characters, like this wedding going on. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, let's see. You know what? I actually do like Jim Carrey. I do know. I have heard that Jim Carrey does plan on, not plan, but he is considering, um, retiring from acting. I hope not, because I want him to keep on acting until the day he dies, which Lord knows if that, because which, I really, we're all trying to prevent that, but it is, we're all humans. We born, we live, we die. But like, I don't want him to die. I don't want Jim Carrey to die. But you know what? This man is like 60 years old, and if he's had enough with acting, then that's a decision that I respect, and that's his decision. But I actually do like his. Believe it or not, like the first time I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, the first film, I did not like his portrayal of Dr. Robotnik. I'm like, Jim Carrey is just, for me, I love Jim Carrey, but he's just playing himself. He's just comedic and wacky and crazy. But I know I can tell that he's having a lot of fun, but I just feel like he's playing himself. But you know what? I actually do like for the type of movie Sonic the Hedgehog is, it's very appropriate. His portrayal, his performance is actually, it changed my mind from not liking his portrayal to actually liking his portrayal of Dr. Robotnik. But yeah, so yeah, there's some things were predictable, and there were there were scenes that I felt like, there were two major scenes that I felt like didn't really need to be there technically. But and also the whole switcheroo. Oh, another issue I have with this film. I'm not gonna give it away, but it's like, it's such a cliche. I'm not gonna get into it, but I felt like it was such a cliche. I'm only gonna say that, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm only gonna say that this cliche involves the story with Knuckles the Echidna. So yeah, it involves Knuckles. So yeah, that's my other issue what I have. But yeah, I felt like this is it might not be as successful as the first movie, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. All right. So anyway, if you've seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Guys, everyone, thank you so much for taking time to listening to my review, and I will see all of you lovely people really soon.